www.classgap.com/en/tutor/javi-ontalva. Learn languages while having fun. Please check out my website on the comments. Enjoy the video. Okay, this is a little bit confusing for many of my students because okay, you're gonna see why in a little while, okay? But it's not that difficult actually. Okay, could you read this here, this text?
Okay, read it to you.
Yes, please.
Okay, so salut Léa, tu achètes une nouvelle veste.
Okay,
Oui, et regarde, j'achète aussi deux nouvelles chaussures et un nouveau sac. Dis donc, tu as gagné au loto. Exactement. J'ai joué pour la première fois et j'ai gagné 1,000 euros. J'ai tout dépend. Quelle chance. Moi, je jouis toute le semaine. Et je n'ai jamais rien gagné. Whoa.
Okay. Don't worry.
I am rusty.
Don't worry. Okay, let's talk about the pronunciation of the letter E. Okay, let me zoom in this a little bit. Okay, you can see you have an acute accent over the E here, for example, here. So whenever you see this accent over the E, that means you have to pronounce it. Okay.
Right. Like I now I remember that. Like rosé.
Exactly.
Acheté. Okay. So.
Exactly. So here you say acheté.
Okay.
But here, for example, you're gonna say nouvelle. You don't pronounce this one, yeah, because you don't have that. Yeah. Okay. Another thing. The G-A-N. Okay, G-N. The pronunciation is just like it's like N-Y more or less. So you don't say gagne, but gagne. Gagne. It's like the Spanish N.
Okay, so whenever there's the G-N, it's pronounced like it's a Y, gagne.
Exactly. So, gagne. Gagne.
Yeah.
Okay, also, so in French we have two U sounds. Okay? The normal one, which is written OU. So whenever you see OU, it's U. Okay, it's like double O in English, yeah. U. And when you say U, you're gonna pout your mouth a little bit, and you're gonna try to say E instead. So like U, like this. So for example, let me read this one. Salut, yeah, listen. Salut, Léa. Tu as acheté une nouvelle veste. There you go. Try.
Okay. Salut, Léa. Tu as acheté une. Sorry, I'm just going to move this to the other side. Une nouvelle veste.
Salut, Léa.
And then.
Une nouvelle veste.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so salut. Salut.
Salut. Yeah.
Salut.
So it's like saying E, but you pout your mouth. So it's salut. Salut.
Salut.
Exactly.
Salut. Okay.
Yeah, that's why French sounds French, because you pout a little bit your mouth, so it's like yeah, like that.
Yeah, it definitely it's an interesting language.
but don't worry too much. Okay, so bear in mind, for example, if you say tu, this is tu, and this is tu, tu, tu. Right? Can you
Chu,
tell the difference?
chu.
Yeah.
Wait, so TOU, hold on.
So
TOU,
TOUT. So that
yeah,
means everything or all. So you say tu. You don't pronounce the T, okay?
two,
And the other one is chi. So
two,
tu,
chi,
chi, tu,
chi.
chi, tu, chi. Yeah. All right. Good. Okay. Another thing you're gonna notice, like the last letter, especially if it's a consonant. So for example, here you notice probably I don't pronounce the T, so I say sali. And here, whenever you see this et, you don't pronounce the T either. It's like e, and that's it. So
Eh,
we regarde. Okay, here we have another one. A I. Whenever you see this combinational letter, it's gonna be E. So j'ai acheté. Yeah,
okay, so
j'ai
je,
acheté.
so that's
Mhm.
A. Got it. Okay.
That's it.
So,
Mhm.
and then the TU, can we do that one more time? It's ju,
Tu. Yeah,
chu.
tu.
And then the TOUT is chu,
Tu.
chu,
U.
chu. Like
Mhm.
chew, like the word chew almost.
Yes. Like two, like TOO in English. Yeah,
Got it. Okay.
it's the same. So two and tu. Yeah,
And chew, TU is you, right?
exactly.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay. Also here, AU. This is gonna be pronounced like LW in English, like in law. So OC, OC.
OC, OC, OC.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay, so
And the
A,
same happens with EAU. It's the same, okay? Same pronunciation. So AU, EO, AU is always pronounced O, okay?
O.
Mm-hmm,
Okay, so AU and then EAU is O.
mm-hmm, exactly.
O.
So this is OC and this is nouveau, nouveau. Okay?
OC, nouveau.
Mhm. So oui, et regarde, j'achète aussi des nouvelles chaussures. So here I part my mouth a little bit.
Chaussure,
Chaussures
chaussure.
et un nouveau sac. Mhm. Okay, try this one.
Okay, so oui et regarde, j'ai acheté aussi du nouveau chaussure et un nouveau
Nouveau.
nouveau sac. Sac?
Voilà.
Sac.
Sac. Okay, in this one you have to pronounce the C.
Okay.
But this is like an exception, you would say, yeah? Normally we drop the consonant at the end of a word, like we don't
Yeah.
pronounce it, but you say
There are
sac.
so many exceptions in the French language.
Yeah,
I'm
French,
just everything's the exception.
yeah, yeah, French is a language. It's like in English actually. Like you write one way, you pronounce another way.
Yeah,
Well, because
it's such an interesting language because it's just like every single time I remember with my old tutor, she'd be like, but this is the exception for basically everything.
mm. Yes, because it's kind of like in English. Like many times, the way we write in French, for example, is reflects of an old pronunciation. Like people don't pronounce those letters anymore. Or many times you're gonna see this asar, so basically the little hat you can see many times. That is to be that would be like an old S. But anyway, don't worry too much. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about nasal sounds in French. So I'm gonna introduce the first one. So UN. So whenever you see one N next to a vowel, that means you have to use your nose a little bit. So it's not un like in Spanish. You would say un. It's uh, uh. Exactly. And you nasal a little bit. So un nouveau sac. Mhm. So let me read it one more time. Oui, et regarde, j'achetais aussi here, DE. This is like the. yeah, like THE in English, yeah. So oui, et regarde, j'ai acheté aussi de nouvelles chaussures et un nouveau sac. Okay, try one more time.
Okay. Oui, oui, et regarde, j'ai acheté aussi, and then how do you say the de? This one? The. Okay, so aussi de nouvelles chaussures et the un is un nouveau sac.
Voilà. All right, let's move on. Dis donc. Dis donc. So I don't pronounce the S, I don't pronounce the C, and I don't pronounce the N either. Okay, so remember this N, whenever you see an N, the N is going to be silent, except if you see two of them. Okay, if there are two of them, yes. But if there is only one, that means nasal sound. Okay, that means you have to use your nose.
So is the N silent all the time except for when there are two of them?
Exactly.
Okay.
Why? Because when you have one N, that means, when you have it after the vowel, like this, yeah?
Okay.
That means there's a nasal sound. So you're going to say don, don.
Don.
Exactly. So it's like a little duck. Don.
Don.
So,
Dis donc.
Dis donc.
Dis
so,
donc.
dis donc, tu as gagné au loto?
Okay. Dis donc, tu as gagné au loto?
Yeah. So, dis donc means, oh my God, something like that. Yeah, it's an expression we say in French. Like you're a little bit surprised. Yeah. So do you win the lottery? Yeah. Tu as gagné au loto? Yeah. So loto is short for loterie. Yeah.
Got it. All right. Dis donc, tu as gagné au loto? Okay. And I noticed, like, in the French language, it's almost like a sentence is just like like a run on, like you don't pause between the words as much.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about that in a little while.
Okay.
Because I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information.
I feel like I'm out of breath by the time I finish a sentence.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, sometimes, especially when you have this E in the middle of a word, and it's not you don't have anything over it, like an accent or anything like that, we usually drop that sound. So because in French, letter E is pronounced E, like that. So when it's in the middle, it's like disappears. So usually, instead of say exactement, we say exactement. Exactement.
Exactement.
Parfait. Ouais.
Exactement.
So, j'ai joué. So here you pronounce it because you have the. So, j'ai joué hier. Hier, that means yesterday. Hier. Remember, H is always silent. Okay? You don't pronounce it in French. So, j'ai joué hier pour la première fois. You don't pronounce the S here. Et j'ai gagné 1000 euros. Okay. EU, same pronunciation as the letter E in French, is gonna be like like this. Euro. So euro, we say euro.
Euro.
And the R is throaty. It's like, like.
I'm so American saying euro. It's like the most American way to say it. It's so good.
It's all right. Don't worry. J'ai tout dépensé. Okay, so notice here I pronounce the one in the middle here. So I'd say Why? Because I have an N. So I have to make it nasal, yeah? So dépensé. Dépensé.
Dépensé.
Okay, let me read the whole thing one more time. Exactement, j'ai joué hier. Pour la première fois, j'ai gagné 1000 euros. J'ai tout dépensé. Okay, now you try.
Exactement, j'ai joué hier pour la première fois et j'ai gagné euros.
Euro. Et euro.
Euro. J'ai tout dépensé.
Dépenser. Dépenser.
Dépenser.
Voilà. Quelle chance! Moi, je jouais toutes les semaines et je n'ai jamais rien gagné. Okay, let me repeat again. Quelle chance, so nasal, chance. Moi, je jouais toutes les semaines et je n'ai jamais rien gagné. It's gonna be a little challenging, don't worry.
Oh my God, I have such a hard time like pronouncing it properly.
Don't worry.
Chance. Moi. Je joue. Is it jouer?
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah, je joue. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I mispronounced it. I didn't see
because
that.
there's not the little. What's that called?
Yeah, je joue.
What's the little thing over the e called?
An acute accent.
Acute accent. Okay. Je joue toutes les semaines.
Semaine.
Et j'ai. And then you go, jamais. Jamais. Rien. Gagné.
Okay, so not gagné. So not the AI is like a. It's like an open E sound. Like
Jamais.
Jamais. Yeah.
Jamais.
And this en is un. So en, yeah, rien. Yeah.
Rien. Gagné.
Okay, so let me translate this into English. So hello, Leah. You bought a new dress. So vest is there. It's a dress.
Okay.
Yes. Look, I also bought. So literally, I have bought also new shoes. So shoes, and a new purse. Yeah. So sac, a sac à main is a purse. So dis donc, this is like, oh my god. Do you win the lottery? Yes. So gagner is to win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I played yesterday. So I have played yesterday for the first time. So for means time, and I've won 1,000 euros. I've spent it all.
At least they have a sense of humor.
Yeah. Quelle chance. So lucky you, yeah, or you're really lucky, yeah. So chance means like luck, yeah. Moi, so moi is like me. So we use this moi to put emphasis, okay. In this case, like I'm comparing your situation with my situation, so I use this moi. I played every week, yeah. So semaine that means week. I've never, so never, jamais. Rien is nothing. Gagné is won in the past. So I've never won anything. Yeah?
Got it.
So notice, I want you to notice, like every time I'm talking about the past, I'm gonna use this a yes, AI, a yes here. So in this case, I only use two of them because I'm talking about me, about you.
Okay.
So where are you? Okay, so we're gonna learn these two verbs, very very common in French.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, later I will send you the video so you can rewatch in case you want to rewatch this.
Yeah.
So notice we have avoir and être. So they mean to have and to be, basically, yeah? So you're gonna have your personal pronouns, so that is I, you, he, il is he, and elle would be she, yeah? We, you guys, or you formal, yeah? And then, or they, yeah? So I am, you are. So this will be I am, you are, all that. So je suis, tu es, il est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont. Can you repeat?
Okay, je suis, tu es, il est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont.
Vous, non, vous êtes.
Nous êtes.
Non, vous
Oh, yeah, because you
êtes.
have the T. Okay, nous êtes.
Ils
Vous
sont.
êtes. Vous êtes.
Ils sont.
Ils sont.
Okay, I have, you have, he has, etc., would be j'ai, tu as, il a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont.
Okay. J'ai, tu as, il a, nous avons, vous avez, ils sont.
Okay, probably you notice like sometimes I drop the consonant and sometimes I join words together.
Yes.
Right? Okay, we're gonna see. So as a general rule, we drop the final consonant. So for example, here I say set, yeah, for set or I don't know. So for example, I say je parle, for example, I speak. Or here, for example, je suis, I don't pronounce the S, yeah? For example,
Yeah.
or tu es, I don't pronounce the S here. Il est, I don't pronounce this. So usually we just drop the consonants at the end.
Okay.
But sometimes you're gonna see like the last letter of a word goes to the next word. For example, here I don't say vous êtes, but vous êtes. Okay, that's called liaison. And this is very, very, very important if you want to liaison. So that means joining in French, yeah? And if you want to be understood in French, it's very, very important that you know when to do it and how to do it. So we can talk a little bit about that. Liaison. All right. So, let me show you. Wait a moment. Nope, not here. Ils sont obligatoires, ils sont interdits. Voilà. Okay. Right. So we have what we call mandatory joining. So in these cases, you're gonna do that. You're going to put the two words together, and you're gonna pronounce the final consonant.
Okay.
And this is what is called forbidden joining. So it's when it's not allowed to do that.
Oh,
Let's start with
okay.
yeah, don't worry too much. So, as a general rule of thumb, whenever you have a word ending in a consonant, and the next one starts with a vowel, you're gonna take that consonant and you're gonna put it at the beginning of the next word. For example, here, Natalie passed an examen. So this N is pronounced in this case because of that joining, but goes to the next word. So un examen. Yeah?
On examen.
No, you have to pronounce the N.
Nexamen.
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 Exactly.
So if one word ends with a consonant and the other one starts with a vowel.
Exactly. So you have to join them together. So it's kind of like the consonant moves over to the next word.
Okay.
Okay. But generally speaking, we don't pronounce the consonant at the end of words in French. For example,
right.
If you let's see. I can't think of a good example. Okay, don't worry. When I see one, I'll tell you. For example, here another example of liaison. Ce sont, here you are. This is a good example. So you see, NT, I don't pronounce the T, I don't pronounce the N. What I pronounce is the nasal O, yeah? So, ce sont, yeah?
Ce sont.
And here, I'll pronounce the S. Des études difficiles. Ce sont des études difficiles.
Des études. So it's almost, okay, so basically you're taking, so the de, so you're taking the S off of the end and you're just adding it to the next one.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. So I push you over the consonant to the next
Yeah,
word.
okay. So you're moving the consonant to the next word. Got it.
So this is a little bit tricky at first, because usually, for example, if you take this word in isolation, for example, this is number 2, you're gonna say do, like that, do. So you don't pronounce the X. But as soon as you have another word next to it and it starts with a vowel, you're gonna pronounce the X like an S in this case. So you're gonna say in this particular case, je dois 2 € à Paul.
2 €.
Not exactly.
2 € à Paul.
Exactly. Je dois 2 € à Paul.
Je dois 2 € à Paul.
Okay, another tip of pronunciation. OI pronunciation is what.
Wa.
Okay. Like je dois. I must. Or I have to. Yeah.
It's like
I owe. Yeah. In this case.
Got it.
All right. So basically, it's quite common to do that with all of this, because this usually I like possessive adjective. So you're gonna put like or the article as well. So the adjective and the noun goes together. And if it's start with a vowel, you're gonna have that liaison. Okay. So basically, it's pushing over the consonant to the next one. Yeah. More example. Ils m'ont les vieilles affaires au grenier. So notice here I pronounce this S and I push it over to the next one. So vieilles affaires. Yeah.
Vieilles affaires.
Exactly.
And then the AU is O.
Exactly. Yes. AU. Remember AU and EAU. O.
O.
Okay. Let's move on. Okay, this is particularly common, this liaison between the pronoun and the verb when it starts with a consonant, of course. So, for example, on pronounce on the we don't pronounce the n if it's all along, but in this particular case you have to, because the next word starts with a vowel. So we say on a. Exactly. So on a tout compris.
On a tout compris.
Exactly. By the way, this a on, that is another way to say nous, like we. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm gonna write that down. So the ONA is just another way to say nous or we.
No, only on. This is the verb. This is the verb avoir.
Got it.
Oh, so that yes. On means we have. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I knew that. Okay. I mean, I knew that was. I know that. Like I said, I'm very rusty.
Pas de souci. Petit. Okay. Little by little. So, vous avez le téléphone. So here again, liaison. Vous avez. Yeah. Vous avez. Vous vous êtes bien reposé. So notice here. The first one, I say vous. I don't pronounce the S. But the second one, I do pronounce the S. Why? Because the next word starts with a vowel. So I do the liaison, yeah? I do the joining, yeah? So, vous vous êtes. Notice, yeah? Vous vous êtes bien reposé. So that means...
Vous êtes bien reposé.
Exactly. So, sur reposer, that means to have a rest or to sleep well, yeah?
Okay.
And here, ils ont de l'énergie. So they have energy. Yeah.
Ils ont de l'énergie.
Exactement.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna practice this reading. Français. Okay. Okay, this particular book is gonna be quite easy for you, I think, because you have the pronunciation with. So the second line here is the pronunciation. This is gonna help you a little bit. If it confuses you, just ignore it, okay? We're gonna practice reading a little bit. So it's gonna be quite easy. So I'm gonna read it first, and then you repeat, okay? So, Monsieur Duclos est un homme. So notice how I join words together. Okay? Monsieur Duclos est un homme. Madame Duclos est une femme. Jean est un garçon et Henri est un garçon. Okay, now you try.
Monsieur Duclos est un homme. Madame Duclos est une femme. Jean est un Jean. Jean est un garçon. Is it garçon or garçon?
Garçon. You don't pronounce the N, okay?
That's right, garçon. Et Henri. Henri était garçon.
Okay, est un garçon.
Est un garçon.
So, UN is like
UN.
Okay. Like a monkey. Okay.
Nasal.
Yeah, it's nasal. Okay, Jean et Henri sont deux garçons. So here I don't pronounce the S. Why? Because the next word starts with a G. So I don't pronounce it here. By the way, I forgot to mention. With this little word, we don't do the joining. Never, okay? So ET, never join the T to the next word. Okay? So this is one of those forbidden liaison, as we call it.
Okay, so never.
With this word, never. Never do that, okay?
The ET.
Exactly.
ET.
Why? Why you wonder? Because if you pronounce it like that, people are going to understand this other one, which is the verb. Yeah. So that's why you don't do the joining, because people might misunderstand what you mean.
Got it.
Okay, let's move on. Jean et Henri sont deux garçons.
Jean et Henri.
Non, Jean et Henri.
Jean et Henri sont deux garçons.
Voilà. Nicole est une fille.
Nicole est une fille.
So here you have to do it, okay? Est une.
Okay, so Nicole est une fille.
Fille. Voilà.
Fille.
Nicole est une fille. Et Yvonne est aussi une fille.
Et Yvonne est tu aussi.
No, est aussi.
Oh, because the T. Okay. Est aussi une fille.
Voilà.
Fille.
It's like you're trying to say figaro, but you just say the G at the end, so you say like a fille.
Fille.
Voilà. Okay. So here you have un garçon, une fille, ouais, une femme et un homme. Okay? So, can you tell me what this means into English? Okay? Can you translate this into English? This little text here. So,
Mr. Duclos is a man. Madame Duclos is woman. Jean,
yeah.
Okay, so Jean is a boy, and Henri is a boy. Voilà. So they're both boys. Jean, and Henry are two boys. Nicole is a girl, and Yvonne is also a girl?
Also a girl, yes.
Okay.
Voila. Very easy, yeah?
Yeah.
So, un garçon, un homme, une femme, et une fille. Well, very easy, yeah? All right. So here we have un chat et un chien.
These
So,
I
chat,
know
chien.
because I'm an animal person. So those I think that's like the first thing I learned in French.
Okay, something I have to warn you. Never pronounce the T when you mean cat, because if you happen to say chat, uh, it's just a word for pussy in French. Okay.
Oh.
So never say chat.
Okay. And if
It's
my
chat.
boyfriend ever says that, I'm gonna kick him out of the house.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
so
yeah,
never say the T in.
yeah,
Okay.
because it's another word.
Okay.
It's not this one. Okay. Well,
No.
actually, the other word literally means like female cat, but it's like it's like pussy. It's cat actually, but you know
Yes.
what I mean.
Yeah. And then definitely don't
So
want to
don't
be
so don't say that.
definitely don't want to be messing that up when I'm hanging out with his his business colleagues.
All right. So here we have more. Mine etansha. So notice I don't pronounce the T here because it's the proper name. But between the verb and the article, I do. So mine etansha.
Mine
Okay.
est un chat.
So this little cat
No,
is
c'est un
called.
chat. I did it. I pronounced the T.
Don't
C'est un
worry.
chat.
Chat. Yeah, like chat.
Chat.
Mhm. Medo est un chien.
Medo est un chien.
Est un chien.
Est
Mhm.
un chien.
Voilà.
Est
Chien,
un.
chien, chien,
So,
chien.
est
Mhm.
un.
Mhm. Yes, you have to join them together.
Yeah.
Est un chien.
Est un chien.
So I think you're beginning to understand what the liaison thing is about, yeah?
Yes.
It's really, really important if you want people to understand what you say, because otherwise they won't understand what you say. Because
Yes.
I know it's weird.
So
Hmm.
I'm just going to write this down. So the EST and the UN.
See, est un. So if you have them together, you have to say the T after, so in the second word before the sound, yeah?
Yeah. I was just,
And
I like to put in my own head how I pronounce it because
mhm,
I have trouble with the pronunciation.
mhm,
That's like, yeah.
and remember, when you have this N here next to a vowel, that means it's nasal, okay? You don't really pronounce the N, so you're only gonna pronounce an N like in English when you have two of them.
Right.
Let me give you an example of that. Uh, so, for example, I'm gonna say um, Brazilian for a man and Brazilian for a woman. So, if you talk about man, you're gonna say Brésilien. The first one, Brésilien. So notice I use my nose. Brésilien. If I talk about woman, then I will say Brésilienne.
Okay. I'm going to write that.
So you can see this is quite important because we talk about different gender. Yeah. So one
Yeah.
masculine, one is feminine. Yeah. So Brésilien, Brésilienne.
Brazilian. Brazilian. Got it.
So Brésilien,
Uh-uh.
Brésilienne, N.
Okay.
Don't worry. I know it's a little bit challenging.
It is. Well, and also the state where I grew up has a
Mm-hmm.
very distinct, like
Mm-hmm.
somewhat abrasive accent. So, I lived there,
Don't
then
worry.
California. So I've just my accents have been, since
Don't worry.
learning this is just like
No,
retraining myself.
don't worry about. I don't think our accent is really an issue.
Yeah.
You just have to. You could try to read the Petit Prince. I don't know if you know about the Petit Prince, which
No.
is little. Okay, so the Petit Prince in English is called the Little Prince, which is It's like a children's book, okay?
Okay.
Quite popular in France. Everybody knows it. It's like the story of a little prince, yeah, who is
Okay.
from Mars, blah blah blah. So you can listen to it. It's quite easy to find it on YouTube, so you can listen to the story. So you could place on one side the text, and on the other side the audio or a video, whatever, and you listen to it while you are reading. And you're gonna pay attention to the nasal sound when the words are together. Yeah, this is a good way. Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna carry on. So, Fido est aussi un chien.
Fido
Mhm.
est aussi un chien.
Un chien.
Un chien.
Chien. Chien.
Chien.
Voilà.
Okay, so
So,
Fido est aussi un chien.
so no, okay, you don't need to overdo it that much. It's just a little bit, like
Un
that.
chien.
Voilà. Médor et Fido sont deux chiens.
Okay, Mido et Fido sont du chien.
Okay. Can you tell me what this means in English? This part? So,
Uh,
Mine.
so Mine is a cat.
Mm-hmm.
Mido is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
The dog is also Fido is also a dog.
Voilà. Mm-hmm.
Mido and Fido are two dogs.
Exactly. So you can notice this is the verb to be. Yeah. So for one thing, and sont for two things or two people. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna say le chien est, mais les chiens sont, which is plural. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna talk about the question now. You're gonna see something a little bit tricky. Okay, let me read first, and later we'll talk more about the structure. So, Médor, est un chien? Oui, c'est un chien. Minet est aussi un chien? Non, c'est un chat. Fido est un chien? Oui, c'est un chien. Monsieur, okay, pronunciation of this, monsieur. Monsieur, Duclos est un homme? Oui, c'est un homme. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. So notice when I have this est s dash ce, the pronunciation is is. Okay. Okay. What is this? This is basically inversion. So this is a way to ask a question in French. So in French there are several ways to build a question. One way is to do like in English, like you place the verb before the subject. So you just say es, blah, 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 blah. So that means is it, blah, 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 whatever, right? So es is like saying is it in English, okay? So es un chien. So is Meadow a dog? Yeah. Oui, c'est un chien. So notice this. This is actually this, okay? So the letter E, when it's placed next to a verb that also starts with a vowel, is gonna disappear, and you're gonna have this apostrophe. So CE is like IT in English, okay? It's kind of the same. So it's like, and the pronunciation is gonna be se, but we usually just drop the E. So c'est. So c'est means it is, yeah? So oui, c'est un chien. And notice here we have the liaison, yeah? So we join the T and the U together, right? Well, actually UN sound. So c'est un chien, yeah?
C'est un chien.
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 Voilà, parfait. Minet est aussi un chien. So, est aussi un chien. No. So, is it also a dog? No, c'est un chat. Yeah, very easy, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, carry on with the reading. Fido?
Am I doing this? Okay. Fido es un chien.
Un chien.
Oh, un chien.
Voilà. Est un
Oui.
chien.
Okay, go ahead.
Carry.
Oui, c'est un chien.
No, c'est un chien.
C'est un chien. Oui, c'est un chien.
Chien.
Chien. Oui, c'est un chien.
Yeah, but join them together. C'est un.
Okay. Oui, c'est un.
So,
chien.
oui, c'est un chien. Voilà.
Oui, c'est un chien.
Parfait.
Okay.
Okay, carry on.
Monsieur Duclos is un homme.
Okay, together. Okay, I forgotten to mention. The H is like it's not there, okay? So the N and the O go together. So un homme,
Un
all
homme.
right?
Okay, so Monsieur Duclos is un homme.
Voilà. Oui, c'est un homme.
Oui, c'est un homme.
Voilà. Okay, let me carry on. Madame Duclos is une. So the pronunciation is une. You have to part a little bit, yeah? Is une femme. So femme is like F-A-M in English, okay? Femme.
Femme.
Like,
Femme.
voilà.
Femme.
So, is une femme. Can you repeat?
Yeah. Madame Duclos is une femme.
But you have to raise a question.
Okay. Oh, Madame Duclos is une femme.
Voilà. Parfait. Wow. Much better now. Yeah. Way better.
I need to get it back. It'll all come back.
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky at first to do the liaison or the joining thing, but it's something it's quite natural in French. Actually, you are learning quite a lot today, even though you don't believe it. But this is quite a big deal, even though it's like little, but it's not. It's quite a lot actually. So we need to practice this a lot. So
yeah,
until you
that's
master
my problem. I mean, I just need to make myself practice all the time, and I just get stuck with life.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you start listening to French every day a little bit, it's gonna become natural to do all of it. Like it just tick. Yeah. So oui, c'est une femme. Jean est aussi une femme. Non, c'est un garçon. So here again, I join them together. C'est un garçon. Yvon est aussi un garçon. Non, c'est une fille. Okay, let's try this group here. So Jean.
Jean.
Okay.
Okay, so Jean
S.
est aussi une femme. Oh no, it's a question. Jean est aussi une femme?
Voilà, parfait.
Okay. No, c'est un garçon. C'est un garçon.
Okay, c'est un.
C'est un. I'm so bad at that one. C'est un garçon.
C'est un garçon. Yeah.
C'est un garçon.
Remember, with this EST, we usually don't pronounce the T except when the next word is starts with a vowel. So you have to pronounce the T together with the. I mean, you do the liaison, yeah. So c'est un.
You know, like keep doing the UN like in English, or
Exactly.
So that's why I keep messing up. So no, c'est un garçon.
Voilà.
Okay.
Garçon. But notice here I don't pronounce the N. Okay,
Garçon.
it's a nasal. It's like on. I pronounce through my nose. On. Like
garçon.
Like a duck. On.
Oh, okay. All right.
Garçon.
Garçon.
It's like the word good morning. Like many people, they say bonjour. No, it's not bonjour. It's bonjour. Bonjour. So you don't pronounce the N. It's a nasal sound. Yeah. Bonjour.
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 Parfait. Voilà. Yeah. All right, this is quite easy. Yeah, this is quite easy, I think. I'm gonna try something a little bit more challenging. I don't want you to get bored the first day. Okay, let's move on. Okay, we're gonna try here.
Dogs everywhere.
Yeah. Qui sont les deux chiens? So, qui sont les deux chiens? Do you understand this one?
Qui sont? Yes. So qui sont? Well, I know it's 2 dogs.
Okay, so qui is gonna be
Oh,
your
do they
first.
have 2 dogs?
No. Okay, this is a question word. Okay, qui means who.
Oh, so
So
who has?
who are? This is the verb to be. The 2 dogs. Okay, who
Got
are
it.
the 2 dogs?
Who are the 2 dogs? Got it.
And notice I don't pronounce the S here. I don't pronounce the X because I don't have the context for a liaison. So for me to pronounce the X, I need something that begins with a vowel. But this one starts with a C, so I don't pronounce the X here. So les 2 chiens, ce sont Médor et Fidor. Very easy, yeah? So the 2 dogs, they are Médor and Fidor, yeah? So this "se" is like saying it or indicating, yeah? So
That is like saying what? Are?
okay, SONT, this is like R.
Okay.
So in French, you have EST, this is like is in English, and SONT, this is like R.
Okay, so SONT is R.
Mm-hmm.
And then EST
Is.
is.
Voila.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where was it? Not showing. Okay. So EST is this one, ile, yeah. SONT is il, they, yeah. When we talk about 2 things or 2 people, we're gonna use SONT, yeah. All right. Okay. Qui est le garçon? What does this mean? Qui est le garçon? Qui est le garçon?
Um,
So
who is the boy?
voilà. Qui est le garçon? Le garçon, c'est Jean.
Le
Voilà.
garçon. Okay, so the boy is Jean.
Voilà. Qui est la fille? So notice I don't pronounce now this because I don't have the situation for that. Okay, so I just drop it. Yeah. So qui est la fille? What does this mean? Qui est la fille?
Who's the girl? And then it's Nicole.
Exactly. C'est Nicole. Qui sont les Duclos? So who are the Duclos? Yes. Crazy.
Yeah.
And now ce sont Monsieur et Madame Duclos. Perfect. Yeah? Very easy this one. Yeah. Let's try something a little bit more difficult. This is way too easy. Let's go to the next chapter. Right. Okay. This one is going to be a little bit challenging, but don't worry. So Jean, Henri, Nicole et Yvon sont 4 enfants. So notice the pronunciation. Enfant. It's the same sound, okay? Enfant.
Enfant.
So can you read the whole thing here? Jean, Henri, Nicole, Yvon sont 4 enfants.
Okay. Jean, Henri, Nico, Yvon sont 4 enfants.
Okay. Enfant means children. Okay.
Means what?
Children.
Kids. Oh, children. Yeah, okay. It's funny because in English, infant means baby. So that's why I was like, where are we going with this story? Because
yeah, actually, it comes from the same root. It's a Latin word, but in French took a different meaning over time. Yeah. Ce sont les enfants. So here, notice I say les enfants. I join them together. Yeah. Why? Because I have an S, I have a vowel. So, ce sont les enfants du monsieur. This M stands for monsieur. Et Madame Duclos. So, ce sont les enfants de monsieur et Madame Duclos. So, these are Mr. and Miss Duclos' children. Monsieur et Madame Duclos sont les parents. This one is easy. Parents de Jean, d'Henri, de Nicole et d'Yvon. Very easy. Yeah? Ce sont le père et la mère du Jean, d'Henri, de Nicole et d'Yvon. So père, you know?
Father and mother.
Voilà. Monsieur et Madame Duclos ont 4 enfants. So, ont.
4 children.
So, they have 4 children. So, before we have sont. So, sont means are. And now we have ont. So, this is have. And we talk about them, yeah?
Yeah.
So, ils sont, but ils ont. So, ils sont, ils ont. Can you tell the difference?
Ils ont okay, so ils sont and ils sont.
You have to say like wasp, zon.
Ils ont
Voilà.
and ils ont.
Exactly. So that means they are and they have, yeah,
Got
respectively. Very similar, yeah. All right. So we already know the number 4, yeah, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Let's move on. Okay. Ils ont 2 fils. I don't pronounce the L. L is silent there. Fils. Et. I don't join them together. The T is silent. So et 2 filles. Okay, can I try this one?
So. Okay, so ils sont 2 fils, et 2 filles.
Fille.
Voilà, there's no L.
Good job. Good job. Right. Let's do. Okay, now I'm gonna let you to read it all along. I won't tell you before.
Le parent et le 4 enfants sont une famille.
Okay, there is a liaison, a joining. You forgot. Where is
it? Oh, sont une.
Voilà. Sont une famille. Okay, one more time. The whole thing.
Famille. Les parents et les 4 enfants sont une famille.
Parfait. So, les parents et les 4 enfants sont une famille. Okay, it takes time to get used to the liaison thing. All right. Let's move on. I'm going to teach you another important word, which is combien.
Is that how much?
Exactly. How much or how many?
How much?
So we usually say combien de. Combien de blah 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 blah. So combien, for example, here we say, yeah, combien de garçons y a-t-il dans la famille? Okay, wait a moment. I have to teach you this one. Very important also in French. Okay, remember these 3.
Here it is. Or there is, here is.
Exactly. So it's like saying there is, there are. In a question, it's going to be a little bit different. So this is like the form in a question. So it's like you place the word before the verb. Don't worry too much. Just remember the structure. So like il y a, what is a positive sentence. In a question, we're going to say y a-t-il instead. Okay, so this is in a question. Okay, y a-t-il, y a-t-il. Just actually there are 3 words, but just it's like if it were one. Okay, so don't worry too much. So il y a, for example, il y a 4 enfants. So there are 4 kids. But then if I ask you, combien d'enfants y a-t-il dans ta famille, par exemple? So how many children are there in your family? All right.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That actually makes sense. Right. Shockingly, it makes sense.
Well, it's gonna be easier as you go. Okay, don't worry. At first, it looks like very confusing because it's very different from English, but you get used to it. Don't worry. So, combien de garçons y a-t-il dans la famille? What does this mean?
So, how many boys are there in the family?
There you are. How would you say how many girls are there in the family?
Combien? Is it deux? Deux.
Deux.
Deux. Fille.
Fille.
Fille. J'a-t-il? J'a-t-il?
Y a-t-il? Y a-t-il?
Fille.
Dans la famille. So, combien de filles y a-t-il dans la famille?
Okay.
How would you say how many dogs are there in the family?
Combien
Mhm,
du chien
mhm.
y a-t-il dans la famille?
Ah. How many cats are there in the family?
Combien de chats
Mhm.
y a-t-il
It's not like a J. It's like yeah, yeah.
y a-t-il
Y-a-t-il?
y a-t-il dans la famille?
Okay, how would you say there are two dogs?
Y a-t-il? No, il y a. So it would be il y a deux chiens.
Voilà, il y a deux chiens. How would you say there are two dogs and two cats?
Il y a deux garçons. Oh, it's not garçons. Il y a, I was looking at that. Deux chiens et deux chats.
Voilà. And remember, don't say chat.
No, I won't.
Very important. Now you know why. So here you have the question I told you before. Combien de filles y a-t-il dans la famille? Okay. If you want to say my family, then we're gonna say ma famille. M-A, yeah? Ma famille. Very easy. Let me show you. Vocabulary related to family, which is around here. Why you? Voilà. So you have the word frère, yeah, brother.
Okay.
And sœur, which is sister. Okay. So let me type it here. Frère et sœur. So frère, sœur. And father is père and mère. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you about your family, and you're gonna tell me. So I'm gonna ask you about how many brothers do you have. So do you have is like avez-vous? Yeah.
Okay.
In a question.
Avez-vous is.
And then you're gonna say j'ai all the time. Like I have.
Avez-vous is I have. Or
no, avez-vous is you have.
You have. Okay.
Also, it's possible to say as-tu, but this is more informal.
Okay.
So remember in French, there are two ways to address someone. You can say vous or you can say tu.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember that.
So vous is
formal
like
and
saying
informal.
exactly. It's like in Old English you would say thou. It's kind of the same, yeah.
Got it.
So combien de frères avez-vous dans ta famille? Answer the question.
How many brothers do you have? J'ai one, so un.
Un.
J'ai, ja.
Non, j'ai un.
J'ai un.
Frère.
J'ai un frère.
J'ai un frère.
Okay, j'ai un frère.
Remember, UN always pronounce un.
Okay, I have to write that down again.
Never un. That is Spanish.
Un frère.
Do you happen to speak some Spanish?
So I did take Spanish in high school. So
Mm-hmm.
I think probably like even though I I don't speak
Okay,
a word of
because
it.
actually Spanish is gonna confuse you because the pronunciation is totally different.
Yeah.
So this is the thing about Spanish, Portuguese, Italian. Like they all look similar when they are written down, but the pronunciation is quite different, I would say. Like this is why like most people understand French when it's written down, but they will understand French when it's spoken because of the pronunciation. It's like quite nasal, yeah.
Yeah.
So for example, in Spanish you say un, but in French you say un. Uh, don't ask me why.
I know. I know. It's like yeah. It's
Mhm. And yeah, there are many words. So for example, agenda, Spanish, agenda, French.
and then it's agenda in English. It's like
Hong Kong, Spanish, Hong Kong, French, Hong Kong.
Hong Kong. Hong Kong.
Yes, Hong Kong. Voila.
Hong and
Yeah, Hong
then
Kong.
the Americans, it's like Hong Kong. Like it's just so funny.
Yeah. There are
I'm
many
realizing our
words like that.
I feel
Hmm.
like the Americans like it's very like abrasive the way we speak. It's like I don't know, Spanish and French sound almost like you're like listening to a poem, and Americans is just like in your face kind of.
Yeah, this is true. Like French is quite poetic the way they express. Like they have some of the expression are quite pompous. I would call it like.
Yeah.
Um, for example, let me see, tomber aux pommes. For example, I've fallen into the apples. That's an expression. That means I fell in love.
I've fallen into the apples.
Yes, I don't know why.
Like,
Oh, yeah, they have some very weird expressions in French, like
I've fallen into the apples.
yeah.
Huh.
Or for example, if someone speaks bad French, they say you speak French like a Spanish cow.
Like a Spanish cow.
Yes.
Oh my God. If you don't speak French well, that's what they say.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Yeah, there are many expressions like that. Or for example, if you stand someone up, they say, "I sent you a rabbit," or "You sent me a rabbit."
Wow.
See, for example, "Il m'a posé un lapin." So that means he stood me up.
That's so funny.
Yes, I know there are many expressions like that in French. But I mean, every language we have like weird things.
Of course, we all have them, but that's so funny.
That's quite, yeah, there are many expressions like this in French, but in every language. That's quite funny. Like, if you translate literally, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes no sense.
Yeah. So, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this French language.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna teach you the last word for today, which is this one. Very important because it means now. The pronunciation is a little bit tricky. So, it's maintenant. Maintenant. Can you?
No.
Exactly. So, maintenant. It's quite nasal, yeah? Maintenant.
No.
Maintenant. Yes.
No.
Mhm. So, aujourd'hui, do you understand aujourd'hui?
Aujourd'hui.
Aujourd'hui, today,
Okay.
nous avons beaucoup travaillé.
Nous
Can you?
avons.
Nous, we,
We have.
we have, beaucoup, a lot, travaillé, worked.
We have a lot of words.
So we have worked a lot.
We have worked.
La prononciation française. You understand that one? So prononciation française. What is
uh,
that? So, française.
I know
French.
French.
Pronunciation. Pronunciation.
Boys. French boys.
French pronunciation. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said garçon.
So notice in French, in Spanish, Portuguese, all these languages, adjective goes after the noun. So in English, you're gonna say red car. In French, Spanish, all these languages, you're gonna say car red.
Okay, so yes, so, I did. I actually that was confusing.
Yeah, it's gonna take time getting used to it. But don't worry, this is a matter of practice. It all boils down to practice.
Yeah.
The more you listen to, the more you practice, the more natural it's gonna become. All right.
That's the thing. I really need to get back into.
Learn English with Javi Fontalba, the place where you can learn English. www.classgap.com/en/tutor/Javi-Fontalba. Please follow me on YouTube and Instagram. Subscribe and share. See you soon!